Now to the wastewater crisis in rural Alabama. The Department of Justice has just announced its findings in a civil rights investigation. The DOJ has been looking into whether the Alabama Department of Public Health and the Lowndes County Health Department are operating in a manner that discriminates against black residents. NBC News correspondent Yamiche Alcindor joins us now to talk about this. Yamiche, I know you've been staying on top of this story from the beginning. So first, can you just remind us how we got to this point and what exactly did we hear from the DOJ today?
Well, for generations, black residents in Lowndes County, which is a very rural and impoverished community, have been saying that they've been forced to live amid raw sewage and human waste because they don't have working sewage systems. In November 2021, the Department of Justice and the Health and Human Services Department, they went and launched a first-of-its-kind environmental justice investigation. And today, officials announced that the preliminary findings of that investigation, saying that they found that state and county officials, those health departments, that they were failing to adequately remedy the conditions through inaction or neglect. Kristen Clark, who is the head of the Civil Rights Division at the Department of Justice, laid out part of their findings. Take a listen.
The sad reality is that too many communities of color are struggling for clean water, clean air, and bear the consequences of pollution and underinvestment in wastewater infrastructure, transportation, and health care.
So now there's going to be the first of its kind interim resolution agreement. And part of that agreement, and I want to put it up for folks, it's saying that the federal officials are going to enter into this agreement. That would mean suspending all enforcement of sanitation laws. It would also mean that people and that the local health departments would have to determine who needs sewage systems and prioritize who gets those septic tanks. It will also improve access to sanitation systems within a year and address public health risks that are associated with living amid raw sewage through the CDC. So definitely a big step here, Sinclair.
I mean, Yamiche, I know you actually traveled to Lowndes County just over a year ago. You've talked with these people impacted by what you're describing, raw sewage, human waste. So what are they dealing with day to day? Can you just paint that picture?
Well, these are devastating conditions, Sinclair. I was in someone's home, a trailer, where I almost fell through the floor and where that woman who talked to me fell through the floor and broke her arm because there was raw sewage that was rotting the floors of her home. That's what people are living with. They're living with smells that you just can't describe. Take a listen to what one resident told me about the condition she's dealing with.
It is not necessary for this to be going on in 2022. It just shouldn't be in the United States. It shouldn't be. This is the wealthiest country. A sewage system should be a right.
So, Zingla, I should say that residents here think that they are being discriminated against. And the DOJ and HHS, they said that this does impact predominantly black people here. Now, the time frame here still, again, is within 1 year, they're supposed to improve local and county health departments. They're supposed to improve access to sanitation systems. But federal officials say they're going to give them time. They're going to suspend the investigation for now while they get in compliance with this agreement. But if they do not comply with this 15-page signed agreement that I should say we obtained exclusively and broke this story earlier today, if they don't comply with that, they will reopen that investigation. So there's a time frame here for people to have improved lives. Sinclair?
All right, we know you'll stay on it. This is really important. Yamiche Alcindor, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.